Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're connecting from. You're welcome to today's live stream. If you can hear me loud and clear, please drop a comment. If you can hear me loud and clear, drop a comment. Please confirm you can hear me loud and clear. How has been trading this week? Today is Wednesday, the 20th of May. How has been trading this week? I don't know what's wrong with the networks. For some days now, almost all the network has not been stable. MTN, Airtel, I don't know what's happening. Could it be the weather? How is the network at your hand? It appears it's a general issue. Please confirm you can hear me. Confirm you can hear me. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? If you have any question or any pair you want me to analyze, let me know in the comment section. Okay, let's start by looking at the calendar for the day. So today is 20th of May 2026, and this Great Britain released its CPI data, and as you can see, the actual is less than the forecast. That's negative news for Great Britain. And also the news that was released yesterday for Great Britain was negative. So we expect Great Britain pounds to be weak based on the data released. Okay. Then by 7 p.m., FOMC meeting would hold by 7 p.m. FOMC meeting will be holding by 7 p.m. today, and it's a major news, a high impact news. If you are considering trading the dollar pairs today, you have to be very conservative you have to be very conservative because of FOMC. That's why you would see that most of the USD pairs since yesterday evening, they've been in a range. Dollar pairs have been ranging since yesterday evening, and that's because of FOMC. So if you're executing any trade on dollar pairs, be very conservative. Okay, so those are just the two major news that we are expecting or that will be released today. Okay, so next we need to go to the charts to analyze dollar and also yen baskets. We need to know the trend for the dollar and also the trend for the yen. Okay, so let's start with the daily time frame on yen basket. So you can see yesterday candle closed as an inverted hammer. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, first thing they did was to sweep the liquidity residing at the low of last Friday, last week low. They swept that liquidity, and after sweeping the liquidity, you can see the pattern that formed yesterday. It's an inverted hammer, which indicates a change in trend from bearish to bullish. Also, if you go left, I think we have the support. We have this. Can you see that support? Can you see the support stone? Yeah, support on resistance, then became a support at this point. So this is a buy setup or buy pattern on yen basket. This is a buy pattern on yen basket. So it's likely yen would go for the liquidity residing at these highs. Okay, this is my expectation for yen basket. Yen is likely going to sweep this high, and also this high. And above these highs, we have a fair value gap here that might get filled. Okay, so I'm bullish on the yen. I am bullish on the yen for today's market. I am bullish for yen. Okay, so let's look at DXY. That's abbreviation for dollar index. Okay, so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, today's candle has swept the highs of Monday and also the highs of Tuesday. They have swept the liquidity residing at the high of Monday candle and Tuesday candle, and the market is currently trading below those highs. You can see how the market is reacting to that levels. So let's see for hour. So you can see what's playing out on 4 hour. We also had this resistance. See this resistance. Okay, so the market is trying to break out from that resistance. Okay. So if this candle, if the current 4 hour candle closes as a bearish reversal pattern, if it closes as a bearish reversal pattern, I would be selling the dollar today. If the current 4 hour candle closes as a bearish reverse pattern and closes below these levels of liquidity, I would be selling the dollar. I would be selling the dollar. Okay. So I'm bearish on the dollar today. If this candle closes as a bearish reversal pattern, it could be a shooting star, it could be a doji, it could be a spine top, it could be engulfing or hanging man. I would take. Now, if you go down to 1 hour, I'm sure on 1 hour, a bearish reversal pattern has formed on 1 hour. Can you see that? Can you see the bearish reversal pattern has formed on 1 hour time frame? This is a shooting star. Okay, this is a shooting star. Most likely, the current 1 hour candle will close bearish. That will be a confirmation for sell on 1 hour time frame. But I would love to see price close below this resistance turn support. This resistance turn support, I would love to see price close below that zone. Okay, that would be a strong confirmation for sell. If a candle closes below this resistance, because right now most retail traders would have jumped in to buy. Why? You see this candle broke out from this resistance. So a lot of breakout traders will buy from this point, and their stop losses will be probably at this low. Okay. Most retail traders are buying right now. And when retail traders are buying, what would the institutions do? They will sell. They would sell. Okay. So I want to see 1 hour or 4 hour candle closes below this support before going bearish on dollar. So I'm bearish on the dollar today. If you have any question or any pair you want me to analyze, please let me know in the comment section. Let's start with GBP USD. If dollar is bearish, it means we're looking for buys on GBP USD. If dollar is bearish, then we want to buy GBP USD. So yesterday candle closed strongly bearish. It closed strongly bearish. And let's go to 4 hour. So what can we see on 4 hour? We had this gap here on 4 hour. That could be the reason for the sell. Can you see this gap? It's a volume imbalance. They filled that gap. They also swept the liquidity residing at this low. They know after the formation of this AMA candle, most retail traders would have bought. And where would they have their stop loss? Their stop loss will be residing at this low. So the first thing they did this morning was to sweep the liquidity residing at this low. You also see this candlestick pattern we had here. Looks like a spinning candle. And after the formation of this spinning candle, most retail traders would have bought, and their stop loss would have been at this low. So I think the first thing they did this morning was to sweep the liquidity residing at this low. Okay, so most likely dollar would sweep this high today. Most likely, technically, dollar should buy. But remember, FOMC meetings holds by 7 p.m. today. If the news comes out, if it's negative for dollar, then we expect more buys on GBP USD. But if it is positive for the dollar could keep selling. It could keep selling. Okay, but right now, GBP USD is bullish. I am bullish on GBP USD based on the pattern we have on 4 hour, 1 hour. Okay, so the previous candle closed as a spinning candle. Can you see that? It closed as a spinning candle. You also see what we have here. See, we had this resistance turn support. Can you see that? Price came back, filled that gap or tested that broken resistance turn support. And you can see how the market is reacting at that zone. Can you see that? So there's a high probability they will sweep all the stop losses residing at this highs. Okay, they might sweep all the liquidity residing at this high. So if the current 1 hour candle closes bullish, GBP is likely going to buy. Okay, so if you want to buy GBP USD, wait for the current 4 hour candle, 1 hour candle to close above this zone. I hope that is clear. My bias for the dollar today is bullish before FOMC. I am bullish on GBP USD. Okay, before FOMC, I am bullish. Euro USD. You have any question or any pair you want me to analyze, please let me know in the comment section. I believe you all can hear me. Good morning, Mr. Suji. Can you all hear me? Can you all hear me? Euro USD, let's start with the daily time frame. So since the market opened, Euro USD has been bearish. So we had this candle on Monday. Monday was bullish. Yesterday, bearish. So we had liquidity residing at these lows. And also the low of yesterday was a level of liquidity that was created. And you can see today, the market has swept that low. And also we had this resistance turn support. Can you see? There's a strong rejection from that zone. Can you see that? So let's go to 4 hour. So the previous 4 hour candle closed as a spinning candle. So if the current 4 hour candle closes bullish, that will be a strong confirmation for buy. If the current 4 hour candle closes bullish, that will be a strong confirmation for buy. On 1 hour, let's see. Okay, so you can see the pattern we had on 1 hour. The previous 1 hour candle closed as an hammer after sweeping the liquidity residing at this lows. Close as an hammer. So if 1 hour candle closes above this high, that will be the right time to buy Euro USD. If 1 hour candle closes above the high of this hammer, then you want to risk buying Euro USD. Any question? Any question? Let's look at gold. Gold has been bearish for all three yesterday. Gold was bearish. Gold was bearish all three yesterday. Now we had an hammer on Monday, and they know after the formation of that hammer, most retail traders will have their stop loss here. Okay, the normal retail traders will have their stop loss here. They swept that low on Tuesday, and also on Tuesday, low was created. Today, the market has swept that low. So there's a high probability that gold will buy from this zone. There's a high probability gold will buy from this zone. As you can see, price is at a discount area. You can see price is at discount, and at discount, you are supposed to buy and not sell. Okay, you're supposed to buy and not sell. So my buyers on gold for today's market is bullish. I'm bullish on gold. I'm bullish on gold. Good morning, Mrs. Damlola. Good morning, Chimeze. Do you have any question? Please give the video a thumbs up if you haven't done that. And if it's your first time joining the live stream, to subscribe to the channel so that anytime I come on live, you'll be notified by YouTube. Please give the video a thumbs up if you haven't done that. Do you have any question? Let me know in the comment section. If you have any question or any pair you want me to analyze, let me know in the comment section. Let's look at GBPJPY. If my bias on yen is bullish, then I want to see GJ sell. Also considering the fact that the news that was released for GJ today is bearish for pounds. Sorry, the news that was released for pounds is bearish. It was negative for Great Britain. So GBPJPY should sell. GBPJPY should sell. You can see the pattern we had yesterday. Look, yeah, it's an inverted hammer. Sorry, angry man. It's an angry man. You can see since the open of the market today, GBPJPY has been bearish, and I believe it will still continue with the sell. It will still continue with the sell. Okay, so let's see. This is 4-hour time frame. Let's see 1-hour time frame. So what I see here is sell, but before selling, you might want to wait for it to sweep. You can see for the past few hours now, it's been ranging. You can see that it's been ranging. So these highs, there are a lot of stop losses residing at these highs. You should wait for them to sweep the liquidity residing at this high before you sell. That's my take for GBPJPY. Okay, wait for them to sweep these highs and also fill this fair value gap before you look for your sell pattern. I hope that is clear. That is my take on GBPJPY. Euro, Australian dollar has been bearish for some hours now. I missed the sell on GJ. Oh, sorry, on Euro Aussie. I missed the sell on Euro Aussie. This was what my analysis on Euro last night. Okay, you can see this was my entry price. You can see it. Can you see it? I did this analysis last night before going to bed. I said the price pulled back into this level, I would sell. And you can see price pulled back. By the time I opened my chart, it was already trading at this price. This is where I should have entered. Can you see that? But at the time I opened my chart, it was at this price. So I just had to let it go. Okay. So I've missed the sell, though it will still sell. It will still sell, but I don't want to sell from the current market price. I would love to see it maybe pull back to a premium area. So I'm going to take it from this swing high to swing low. I would love to see it pull back to a premium area. It should trade above 50% level. That is when I would consider selling it. Okay, it should trade above equilibrium. That's above 50% level. That is when I will consider, selling. So it's likely going to sell to this fair value gap. It's likely going to come fill this fair value gap. So if I calculate the risk reward, if I decide to sell from this point, my stop loss would be here. That's about 60 pips. And my TP would be here. You can see this is just 45 pips. That risk reward is very poor. I'll be risking 60 pips just to make 45 pips. The risk reward is too poor. But if price pulls back into this zone and I sell, let's say I sell from this point, I will be risking how many pips? Just let's say 30 pips to make 80 pips. That's about 1 to 3 risk reward. Any question? Any question? If you have any question, let me know. Or any pair you want me to analyze, let me know. Please give the video a thumbs up so that others can get to see the video. Give it a thumbs up. Any question? Euro USD is giving us a buy signal now. Giving us a buy signal. Buy Euro USD. Okay, let's see how it plays out. Okay, let's see. Euro USD is giving us a buy signal. So I think that will be all for today's session. If there are no questions, no question. So that will be all for today's class. I want to appreciate you all for your participation and I wish you all a profitable trading day. Bye for now.